Welcome to the City of McAllen's Emergency Preparedness Cooking Show with me, Mayor Villalobos, and with me today we have Dr. Valdez with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service. And I think we all know we're in hurricane season, and it's so important that we know what to do. A lot of it has to do with cooking, how we can provide for our families. Hey, Doc, what do we have?
Right, so thank you, Mayor, for having us. You are exactly right, is we can prepare a lot for hurricanes, but we also can't forget we need to eat during a storm, and a lot of times we're without power, so we're presenting some recipes today that you don't need any power to make.
Excellent, and I think we know about no power. I think recently we were without power for a few days.
Right.
But anyway, of course, remember that if there's an emergency, always call 911 for police or fire protection.
So we're gonna make some salmon tacos today. So we have very handy vacuum pouch salmon, so you can still get a lot of protein from these. So if you can go ahead and open that, Mayor, and put that in that bowl. And while you do that, I'm gonna measure out some of our spices, and these are just ordinary spices that we were already gonna have. That is some garlic powder, some cumin, and some chili powder. So chili powder.
We have all of it.
So you want to break that up with a fork a little bit while I add in our spices. This one calls for chili powder and jalapenos, so we are going to have some spicy tacos today.
And of course, we ask that our residents always follow us on social media for any updates during any emergency.
Okay, so go ahead and give that a mix, Mayor, with the spices.
Okay.
And I'm just going to dice some fresh tomatoes. And just remember that tomatoes, as long as they are not cut, they can sit on your counter for a few days. So anything, any vegetables, onions, jalapenos that you can get from the grocery store a few days before a storm hits, you can keep those on the counter as long as they're not cut.
Excellent, and also don't forget that you can also look for information on channel 1300. That's our channel here in McAllen, MCN Spectrum Cable 1300.
Okay, so how's that coming, Mayor? I'm just gonna dice these tomatoes
I think
real
it's
quick.
perfectly mixed.
Okay, so let me just dice these.
And while you dice, let me also remind our residents, you should always sign up for Code Red to be notified by our local emergency response team in case of an emergency. Critical community alerts, examples include evacuation notices, boil water notices, and other important emergency information. Now to register, all you have to do is go to the City of McAllen website at McAllen.net. Make sure you do.
Okay, almost done here. And so to the fresh tomatoes, we're gonna add some onion. And
I think it needs a little more.
a little more onion.
There you go.
Okay, and the jalapeno?
Jalapeno is good for you.
It is. A lot of antioxidants in that skin. Okay, and then we're just gonna have our juice of one lime, and then we'll mix them all together with that salmon.
Excellent.
Why don't you start putting that salmon here in our tacos? You
Okay.
can use these right here.
And of course, if any of our residents that have any questions, they can always dial 311 on your mobile or your landline. Of course, while within city limits. So this is enough for two, or?
The entire recipe is for 4 tacos. We only have 2 today.
Well, then I'll make them kind of chunky.
Yeah, go ahead and load them up. And then we can top them with our fresh tomato, onion, and jalapenos.
There you go.
Okay, and we'll just top it with our fresh ingredients.
And we'll also remind our residents that if there's any power outages, it's not the City of McAllen, it's not 311, but call directly to AEP or Magic Valley. Those are our energy providers.
All right, there we go. We've got some quick and easy salmon tacos, very healthy and filling, that you can make without power during any storm.
Okay, excellent. And one thing to also remind our residents, in case of flooding, remember, do not drive through flooded streets. Turn around, don't drown.
Correct. And also on that point, do not drive through traffic barriers for streets that are closed due to down power lines.
Of course not. I said people sometimes, when you have water, you don't know what's underneath. even though it might be a couple of inches, you don't know if there's potholes or there's something different.
Right.
So gotta be
Safety
careful.
first.
And if you want to learn more about the City of McAllen, go to the City of McAllen website at mcallen.net. Okay, so are we gonna try these tacos?
Go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna give it a shot.
Okay. There's a lot of jalapeno in there, so I'm glad you like jalapeno. Do you want some cilantro on it?
Oh yes, let's get a little cilantro.
The recipe doesn't call for it, but
I love cilantro.
I think it would be good. Early lunch today.
Excellent. There we go.
Surprisingly good.
Excellent.